What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for stopping by for another video. Anyway, for today I have something interesting to look at once again, and that is Agust D with Dei Chi Wa, as you can see by the title. The interesting part about this video is actually that I didn't know that this member Agust D is also part of the BTS group, and the reason why this is interesting is not that it makes him automatically a much better artist, but it also shows a little bit of a different side from him. So I'm really interested what this character Agust D has to offer in comparison to Sugar, and at the same time we're going to analyze the video, see what I think of it. I've watched it already multiple times, but I did that a little bit of a while ago, so let's have a look again all together and see what we can expect in this video. And like always guys, if you have any suggestions, just put them in the comments below on what you want me to review next. It can be BTS related, it can be a video that barely anyone knows. I like to see a little bit of everything, you know. I want to see the good, the bad, the weird, the ugly. Give it all to me. So that is your duty, and put it in the comments below. But I would say let's not waste any more time, and actually let's just jump right into the video and see what it has to offer in one go, because for me it's always about how these videos are made. Before we start with the video, however, I just want to say, guys, what do you think? Is it okay if the screen is smaller and I am bigger? I don't know why, but the YouTube algorithm also actually sees what you display on a video, so it's a little bit annoying that you can get demonetized for actually showing something where you want to educate a few people with like what's happening there. So I hope this is okay, I hope the size is okay, and I hope this also helps a little with the YouTube algorithm, because like I say, being demonetized or being limited to certain parts of the world is also not very fun for you. So let's just start with the video. A very nice smooth shot already that you get. Very good build-up shots, very slow. It gives you time to basically look at what's happening around him. You have a chance to look at the environment. You have a chance to look at the character, a little bit about his personality. And if we go back a little bit more, we also see a little bit more of his expression. It shows a lot about the character that we're about to look into, and in this case Agust D. But what's very interesting is that compared to BTS, it has a very dark and sinister vibe to it, and it seems like, and I say this already as well with Taemin, but it really seems as if there is a second personality with Agust D, as maybe he's just a completely different persona. If you understand what that persona is, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion as well, because at the moment it's all still learning and we're all here to explore things. So I want to know your input as well a little bit. Before we start, actually, okay, we need to get rid of the text. I have seen this palace in multiple places. Isn't this a film studio, or is this actually a palace that they used for filming? I have a feeling I've seen this before. If I remember while editing, I'll put it in here. If not, put it in the comments below. Maybe you have seen this before as well. But it looks really good. Again, beautiful cinematic shots. Building up to the environment, building up to... Ooh, that is an amazing shot, by the way. This is literally one of those shots that you can still frame and literally put in a picture frame. It looks really good. Like the sharpness, the bokeh, it's really spot on. And that's all I want to say to it. This is like maybe the shot of the entire video. Very detailed shots though. Very interesting that it turns into a hip-hop video. Okay, before we continue, there's already something that I noticed. So the shots themselves are very good. They really allow you to look at what's happening. They're very on beat. There's nothing to complain about. When it comes to the color grade a little bit, and I hope you guys can see it, but we have to look for the shots. Do you see the color difference between these shots? One is more green, the other one is more, what, less green? I don't know if this was done on purpose. The thing is, if it was, I don't see the relevance for it. Like if it was me, I would try to make sure that the color grade is very much similar to every shot, because here, let's go, it's just completely missing. But then again, it could be that the green is only on all the green elements. So anything that has a little bit of green on it is more enhanced. So maybe this shot just has no green on it. I just don't know. But then again, we see these rocks here, which I can imagine also being a little bit more green to fit with this shot. That's just my personal take. Oh, I love the build-up. I love the shots themselves. Beautiful how many members are as well. Like, can we just embrace how many extras we have in this shot? And again, I don't know where this has been taking place, but it really looks like they rented or hired an entire street. I don't know if this was a studio, a film set. Don't really know about that, but I just love how many extras are there. It makes the entire scene so much more believable. It makes it so much more alive. I cannot imagine Sugar or August D being here all alone, but at the same time, what I like about this shot is that the focus goes from, and let's go back a little bit at a time again. It goes from basically August D, Sugar, and then slowly focus on the guy behind. The guy in behind becomes a little bit more sharper because the focus is being turned there, because there's a fight happening there, which I think is just great. And you also focus on the middle all the time because, let's go there again. Sugar has been walking in a central focus all the time. So your eyes are basically focusing between Sugar and the guy. It's like stealing his position. And then you notice like, oh, what's happening there? They're going to start a fight. Really good job on the video work here. Again, this very nice green tint here. I just don't understand why it's in some shots and in the other shots it isn't. Maybe you guys know. Put it in the comments below. Wait, these are all people on this. Are these literally all people on the floor? I mean, by itself, I just noticed that for the first time, but there are actually people with hoodies. That is super cool. I don't know if there's any resemblance between what it says on their backs. Like, I bet there's a message there that I just don't understand. If you guys know what it is, then put it down in the comments below as well. And based on that, I will basically pick up, yeah, from there. Let's see what we can analyze. Maybe in the making of this video, if it exists. Wee, walking on someone. Again, very powerful shot just, you know, that it shows how much power you have as a member, as a soloist on screen. And also for the video, it makes him look so much powerful than, I mean, just to stand on someone. Really nice idea. This video has one issue that I'm not going to be angry about, but because there's so much rap happening here and the voice and the text are very quick, it's very hard to sync this actually between the video and the actual song. A lot of videos have this, even Eminem has this, a lot of big videos have this as well. And you can't help it. It's just because it's just too hard to sync these things together. And on top of that, it's also really hard to mimic the same thing on set while moving and while doing a thing, and you're not 100% focused on just singing. Who's the boss? Really nice. Very cool again. And this is something you guys need to focus on as well. If you ever do a video shoot, make sure that the person that you're filming is always in the same shot. What do you always notice between August D, and let's just skip a little bit backwards. I think you guys don't matter too much, but focus him basically is here, okay? He's always in the middle. Middle. A little bit to the middle. Middle. And he's walking right in the middle. Gimbal shot, someone is walking to him while he's walking to the camera. Super nice. Do you guys actually notice that for this shot, it's very interesting. I think this is manual focused. Then you can see August D, he basically gets in focused, but you can still see him walking a little bit further, meaning most likely he already walked in the focus zone, which is interesting because you can see the camera walking backwards to make sure that he's still in focus throughout the entire shot. Really good of the cameraman here. I mean, I love the shot itself. I mean, it's very cinematic and it fools a lot of people, but this man is basically just bending down and you don't see his head anymore, and this is just a prop. Very nice done still. If it was me, maybe add a little bit more blood to the floor. Normally if you cut or decapitate someone's head, the blood goes everywhere, okay? So of course they want to keep this as child friendly as possible, but if you already added blood in the bag and you're trying to sell a message, maybe add a little bit more. I love the scene just generally because it really just allows the character in this place who August D is playing as if he really owns the place. He can do whatever he wants. Oh, is that a Mercedes? I think an E-Class. Very nice actually here that the whatever the sound is in the background, he's singing actually in this part. I never noticed that, but oh wait, no, he's actually doing the yeah. Very nice. It's as if he continues with Desi Ta and then yeah. It's like he's picking up two parts. Look at this. Stops. Very nice that they have the yeah, still him singing it. Very nice detail. Give me one sec. I want to look at the car again because I remember a scene that I thought was interesting. I'll maybe pick it up later, but just have a look here, okay? There is Agust D in the car still, and then you have someone else in the back who you don't see. Let's see if I can pick this up, what I noticed when I watched this for the first time as well. I love the mix as well between the historical Korean, I don't know if this is based on Korea to be honest, but the historical Korean emperor type of clothing, and then it jumps to a modern hip-hop style of clothing. It's a very nice concept. It blends in very nicely actually. They did a good job here. They didn't go too much overboard with the crazy colors. They did a good job here. Okay, this was what I wanted to point out. So do you see Agust D coming out of the car here, you know? What I notice here generally is that all of a sudden there's another member in the car, and this is what I presume. This person's job that you see here, his job is only to hold on to Agust D here. And because you can see that he's focusing purely on the camera, but he's also focusing on Agust D. If he was relaxing the car, he would just look straight forward. But here he's looking in this direction to make sure that Agust D doesn't slip out of the car. Safety first, guys. Let me have a look about that. Does anyone know the meaning of this? I mean, I see a guy with a big nose, but it doesn't really tell anything to me. Okay, this is a good reference. This scene by itself is a legendary scene from the movie. In case you don't know it, it's called The Gladiator. You basically have the Caesar who's basically, or the emperor who's deciding who lives, who dies. And I don't know if this was the same thing that happened in Korea, but I cannot imagine that they used the same style of thumbs up or thumbs down. I think this really came from the Gladiator times. It's very nice that they incorporated it still, and it made me smile that it comes in because it was a legendary scene, a very important scene, and it's a scene that for everyone who watched the movies, they know exactly what this comes from or where this comes from. As you can see here, this is that classical moment that you can realize that it's just too difficult to sync up the voice and the video. This is perfectly okay in this video. I understand it, and it's okay because it's just tough anyway for Agust D here to also express his words. But he's still doing his best. I love the colors here as well. A lot of natural colors. I want to know if there's actually other lights. It's, at least I hope so. I cannot promise it, but it really seems as if they're only using the fire from the, well, these torches. I really can imagine they're only using this as a light source. However, I also think they're using proper lighting behind it. I cannot promise it. I would love to look at the making of this video, if there is one, of course. And once there is, I'll premiere it with you guys so we can all analyze this together. Very nice video so far. There are very good shots. Very nice. I love the fade out of the music and then jumping into another scene as well. Again, a lot of videos tend to do this, but some of them fail, some of them miss. I like it when it goes really just from full power to all of a sudden time to relax. You know, allows the brain to relax a little bit and anticipate what's going to happen. See what the next steps are. But this is very cinematic. Beautiful to look at. And correct me if I'm wrong, but these are the same guys, no? This is a classical example of, you know, one movement done by many people is actually super cool. And here you can clearly see it looks great. Even just the head bobbing up and down. If you do this with many people, and in this case, all the people in the background, it looks really good. And I'm happy that they have all these extras. Also with La La Lay, the same idea, a simple movement, but with many members can look super cool. They did a good job with it. Good idea. A little bit of a smirk, very nice. Beautiful angle. I love these kind of shots. I'm just a real fan of these kind of shots where, you know, you have, for example, a close-up of the ring, but then you see his head move. You know who this person is. You don't always have to see everything in focus. Fantastic. Very nice ring, by the way. Isn't this from Bulgari? I think they have a ring collection that has snakes in it, or it could be Gucci, but I think it's Bulgari or Bulgari. Very nice. It could also just be product placement for all I know. But it looks really nice. Is it a... Oh yeah, I forgot this. There is... Never bring a knife to a gunfight. So yeah, guys, that is Agust D, and I'll be honest, this is again one of the... It's just a great MV to look at. It has a great inspiration of mixing modern arts with old school arts, and it has a very nice combination. I love the idea of mixing, like I say, the time of the emperors and then also throwing in a Mercedes-Benz. I really love the idea of it. I think they did a very good job with the color grading. Of course, there were some scenes where it was a little bit too green and a little bit too, well, it didn't match 100%. I'm not sure if there was a purpose for it. I did not realize it, and maybe if it was, for example, explaining two different types of scenes or two types of time periods, maybe it would make sense. But for this, I still think they could have maybe reduced the green a little bit. I'm not sure if it is reducing or increase it, you know, either or, you know, you have to stay consistent with the videos. But I really enjoyed this video. I mean, from someone from BTS, I think this is better than most BTS videos. Don't get me wrong, you know, some of the BTS videos are very simple but very creative. But coming from a cinematic point of view and making sure that the details are there, they did a fantastic job here. And also concerning the set and the location, they used every part of this empire. They made sure to utilize as much as they paid for, and I think that is great. I'm not really a big fan when things are made in studios, while here everything is done in a real location, in a real life set where people can interact with. And I think that also adds a lot of, well, motivation to all the members who are there, because Sugar, or Agust D, really has the chance to display that he's the king, that this is all for him and this is his music video. So it's a great motivation as well. And like I say, I think more K-pop videos should actually be in real life locations, because hey, yeah, maybe it costs more, but at the same time, I think it also gives a much better effect compared to studios. Don't get me wrong though, some studios are really amazing. I think NCT 127, they really have some good studio sets out there, and I think they're really beautiful to look at. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my review. I mean, I think, like I said, this is a great video, and if you did enjoy the video and you want to see more of me, just make sure you hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and if you haven't yet, please make sure to check out all the links below, because hey, if you want to join the community, join Discord. We're a growing community, and it's actually becoming more and more fun to talk about K-pop and all the things we can learn over there. And also, if you want to support the channel for a cheap coffee a month, then please make sure to follow me on Patreon and support me there, because not only will you support the channel, but we're also donating money to charity, because we believe that everyone should have a chance in getting access to music in one way or the other, just to discover if this is their passion or not. Because hey, some people are more fortunate and they have musical classes, some people don't. So let's send over a box of musical goods to a country that actually could use them. Be part of that. But thank you very much, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Mwah.